Good morning. Well, it's the morning after the big night with Shauna Niequist, and it's 8 o'clock, and I have been up for hours, and I'll tell you, it took me like maybe an hour and a half to fall asleep last night. I was just so jazzed. I was so pumped. I was on cloud 9. The night went really, really well. We had about 35 women over at my nice little cozy house, and of those 35 women, it represented 6 different decades of life. We had people in their teens all the way up to their 60s, which is just so the way that it should be. We had tons of food. It was boiling hot in my house just because randomly it was like 80 plus degrees. We sold 70 books, which is unbelievable, and Shauna got to sign a whole bunch of them. We ran out, but she took orders, and then Josh and I got to drive her back up to her hotel in Newburgh, and we got back at like midnight. So it was a really fun night. Shauna is just exactly the same in real life as she is on all her videos and as I imagined her in her books. And so, you know, that's always good. Like, whenever you have kind of a role model or a hero, you're always kind of like, oh, what if I meet them and they're like totally mean or like not funny or whatever. So she was just great, and I was so encouraged to see how many other women were encouraged. Like, it was one of those things where every single woman has this sense that the story that she's telling is their story, and there's not just one person that like identifies with her and everyone else is like, oh, that's nice. The other thing I thought was a cool kind of observation throughout the night is that I like overestimated how many of the women were familiar with her writing and had read her books. And like, we found out that just so many women were like, I've never heard of you before, I've never read anything you've written. And then they heard her share a couple chapters and they're like sold, which I knew they would be, and which makes me feel really like, I don't know, it's just good because it's like I just invited them to come. Like, you guys, you gotta be there, you don't want to miss this, and they did. And so I think that's super cool, and I think there's something just so good and right about gathering together and celebrating and just fellowshipping, and I don't know, so it was just like the whole night was right on so many levels. And Paula took some great pictures. I didn't get a ton, but it was really good. So I'm headed now to Starbucks. Gonna do a little bit of kind of decompressing, a little bit of getting back into like work mode, and feeling tired but like encouraged, like a good tired, like the kind of tired you feel after you work out really hard or something like that. So I just wanted to wrap up and just tell you how it went. It was great. I found her hotel, and yeah, so many good stories. I'm excited to hear even more of them that kind of come out of the woodwork in days and weeks to come. So Bread and Wine is her next book that's out probably in 2012, and so hopefully we can get her to come back again. If we do, you've got to join us next time.